Okay, enough is enough. It's time to crank up the snowmobile. This is a Polaris triple 600. It's old, but it's awesome. It's got fuel in it, fuel stabilizer. It's been there all year, but it's probably okay. Non-ethanol, gotta use non-ethanol. Oil tank's full. Smells good. Gotta make sure my plugs are tight. So I take the plugs out in the summer and shoot some like what's it called? Some kind of like oil in there to keep the engine from like getting rusty or whatever. So I'm just gonna find my socket, make sure those plugs are snug. It's got a little toolkit. It keeps the spark plug socket in the toolkit. You want to check your level on your chain case lube too. We'll put our spark plug socket back over here. Always keep some spares too in case you foul plug when you're out riding. We've got oil on it, got chain case in it. This one's got coolant. It's not fan cool, it's liquid cool, so it's got coolant. The battery's an AGM battery, so it shouldn't discharge. But I charged it up a couple of, I charged it up like, at the beginning of fall. And it was good to go. It'd been sitting for like months. So this thing hasn't been cranked up since March probably. So we'll see how it goes. Still got my rebar in there from when I got stuck. Check that video out. There's a gas switch here. So you just turn it off and turn that on. Oh, there it goes. She's alive. It's like the best day. Okay, the plan is going a little short ride up the canyon. Now, whenever I say that, I always end up getting stuck, so definitely not gonna get stuck. Got my little inReach finally. So I'm gonna bring this thing if I do get stuck. Got a flashlight, a backpack with a snow shovel sticking out of it. All the important stuff. Some water. I keep like some random odds and ends in the back of that thing too, just in case. And we're gonna ride up the hill, see how it's looking. Gotta bring the shovel in. You gotta make sure you don't lose This is called flat light. You can't see anything. There's all kinds of like little changes in the ground, but you can't see any of it. So you just got to kind of hold on and go for it. You got to be careful. These things will get away from you in that flat light. You'll hit like a dip, and then you'll kind of go to one side or the other. So you got to kind of take it easy. And it's really easy to get stuck in one of these things, actually. I've been stuck a lot of times. It's kind of part of it, but you know, if you can like keep your momentum up and kind of like start going downhill or flat, that always helps you out. If you got to try to start off going uphill, you're probably going to get stuck. You might be able to like kind of give it a push, run, and start, not get on the sled, but yeah, they're tricky. So I bought this old thing from a farmer for like $1,000, you know, and you know, I haven't done anything to it. I replaced the headlight bulb. That's it. You know, some things work on it, some don't. The hand warmers work, which is important. You want the hand warmers to work for sure. But they're super fun, man. I've had this one for 3 years, and I can't recommend it enough. You get bored in the wintertime, get one of these things. The Triple 600 is a good motor. This Polaris 700 is a good motor. Pretty much anything Skidoo is. I think the 800, I think you're supposed to kind of stay away from that one. I think they have problems with the crankshaft bearings. The 550 fan's a great motor. And obviously the Triple. I call it a Triple because it's got 3 cylinders. There's not much snow on the ground, maybe like a foot. So you have to be careful because you hit rocks. And, you know, it's got suspension on it, so it'll ride over them. But, you know, it's not good for it. It's not great. And I guess if you hit one going super fast, it could maybe toss you or something. But, you know, when there's not a whole lot of snow, you got to watch out for rocks. I stopped here, too, because I see moose back in here sometimes. So just kind of giving it a second. You know, if any moose is in there, let them get out of Dodge. This is a touring sled. It's not a mountain sled. You can take it in the mountains, but you'll probably regret it. Once upon a time, it had brake lights, but the brake lights don't work. And once upon a time, it had hand warmers on these, but they don't work either. I think there's some wiring underneath the seat that went bad. There's probably a mouse that lived in there. Put a bunch of chuckers. I see them. Just grouse. I actually used to ride my dirt bike up here and bring a shotgun and shoot grouse on a little dirt bike I had for a while. So we'll ride up here and jump them again. They flew right up there. I should have brought my little 22. You can shoot a grouse with a 22 in Idaho. Get a little more range than a shotgun. I was going to show you this down here. So this is kind of a somewhat steep hill, but you know, I had to like really, you know, make sure I stayed on it coming up this, because it's, like I said, it's not a mountain sled, it's a trail sled, and this is kind of steep. If it was groomed, it would go right up it. But see, there's kind of a spring that comes out here, and you got to be careful coming over this kind of stuff. Makes it a little tricky. right, that's a creek crossing. I got a feeling I probably shouldn't try that. I guess I could try to do it like the pros do when they go flying across it and water skipping or whatever they call it. But that seems like a great way to get super stuck. Huh. And the snow's getting deep, man. I think I can go across this. So I got over that pretty easily, but it's getting tricky. And then I came to this. So this makes it really interesting. Going around, it's not really an option. That's pretty thick. But I feel like I came through here one time. Oopsie daisied over this. This is normally where I start to push the envelope and I get stuck. So maybe we'll turn it around. Assuming I can do that and not get stuck. All right, so this looks simple, but it's not that simple. And what I should have done was stop here where it's flat. So what we'll do is we'll pull the skis around and then I'll get on the side of the sled and really shift my weight. And we'll try to go forward and get up this hill a little bit. All right, so I already got a little hung up here. Let me show you. We'll straighten the skis out, reverse it, and kind of 3-point turn it. All right, I almost got to turn it around, so probably what I should have done was when I pulled in here was either stop up high or go ahead and kind of like get my momentum and try to do a little circle. All right, so I got up on that little ledge right there. You can see the back end hanging off, so you can kind of see how steep it is. So I'll just reverse it down there and we'll be good to go. All right, we got out of there with no problem. So kind of worked up a little sweat though, just doing that little bit of work. So it's gorgeous up here. Look at all these trees, man, up in the timber. It's really, really pretty. This ice in my beard. All right, everybody, that was a fun little trip. So thanks for watching. Just a quick little snowmobile ride, and stay tuned. We'll be out running around this winter on this thing, doing some camping and all that. Take care.